was a shift in the role of ITRT to more of an ITC or instructional technology coach. A lot more coaching was coming into play. And with that as an example, with the AI, that's who teachers are turning to. They're turning to the ITRT going, what do I need to know? How far back should I stand? And those kinds of things. And they went to that person because that was their go-to person for technology concerns and considerations and learning for a long time, for many years in a school district. And a lot of people were turning to them going, what is this and what should we know and how should we prepare? So shifting that from like with the expectation, and that was always a burden and a blessing for ITRTs was, you're the answer person, right? You know all the things. And typically they just knew who to ask if they didn't know. And this was going to be one of those things. They weren't going to know everything they needed to know. So how do they get together? How do they work together? And how do they help people navigate through that? Well, a lot of that is through that coaching process of, that original question from a long time ago with technology is, what is it you're trying to accomplish? And what do you expect students to be able to do with these tools? And what are those outcomes or those evidence that you hope to create with students going to enhance their learning? And so that coaching role, that shift in finding out together by navigating what it is you're trying to accomplish and what it is you're trying to achieve within your classroom, and being able to guide teachers through that without giving them a prescription of here's the things you should do, here's the lessons you should teach, here are the tools you should use, that kind of thing, was a really big shift as well. And it was one of those where the coaches were able to really help people navigate that by examining it from where they were, and again where they hope to get to, and how much of a challenge they were willing to take on. Some people will dive right into it. Those are those early adopters, and some people will stand back and wait to see what happens. So that coaching role and being able to help people feel comfortable in this thing that was a lot of unknowns about AI, especially as it came through early on, and still a lot of things that we still need to discover about it. But that coaching role and being able to help people navigate that and face some of those fears or address some of those challenges in a way that could still be meaningful to them, no matter where they were in that continuum of their use.
Yeah, and at the crux of that, and at the crux of coaching, still lies the relevance, the importance of making connections, relationships, especially when
Mhm.
teachers are vulnerable, when they come and solicit help, or when a coach comes to them and offers them their help. There's a great deal of vulnerability that needs to be at hand and recognized in order to move forward. So the relationships are key and remain key, and you speak to that exceptionally. So